Hello, we are Group 2, and this is our final project of the Principles of Remote Sensing. First, we want to explain how we define our study region. And to do so, we used two steps in our definition of the study region. First, we used the open data from the government's website to locate the legal mountain and slope area of Taipei. After that, we used QGIS to get the shapefile out of there and add it to the GEE. So this is the Taipei arena without mountain and slope, and the other one is and this is the version of it on the GEE. But there's more. After we got it on GEE, we also used the standard that was given by the government of the slope and mountain area, which is the first level of having a percentage of slope below 5%. We also added the condition into the GEE version, and after that we had our final results, which is having it under 5% of the slope and having it located, having the area selected by the government as the legal mountain area. Secondly, our answer to question 2, does Taipei City gets greener or not, and the trend of it. We had the conclusion of the change is multi-directional from our observation of the chart on the left hand side. With our observation, we found out that the change is multi-directional, and we can clearly see it on the chart, so there's that. And we used only the average EVI to get our conclusion, and the reason for that is originally we intended to use NDVI, SAVI, and EVI and made a comparison chart. But during our research, we found out that there are missing data, and therefore, if we were to use the free data, we would have the GEE corrupted. GEE stopped working, then data corrupted. So in the end, we only chose to use the average EVI. But during our observation, we found out that even though they have different ups and downs, the overall trend of the average EVI, NDVI, and SAVI were almost practical. So even though we only have the average EVI on the chart, we are confident that it can provide a good resemblance to the actual greener or not in the real world. So as we can see, it got greener in the end, comparing it from the start, which is 1986. So this is our answer to the question 2. So to answer question 3 is the two area in the Taipei City that had a significant or obvious greening up and greening down. To answer this question, we use the supervised training to track the NDVI change from 1987 to 2021 in order to find the obvious greening up and greening down areas. And the yellow part in the picture on the right is the buildings. The green part is the vegetation, and the blue part is water and background. As you can see, we filtered them out and put them into the same category because water is not good for our observation. And so this is and after using the supervised training, we also took out 34 pictures, one by one, from 1987 to 2021, to do our comparison to have a to find out the significant places that were greening up and greening down. Because we found out that by our observation, there are multiple points that are greening up and a few points that are greening down. So we had to use manual labor in the end to locate the specific region that we ought to study. So the greening up area that we located were in the Da'an Park as the greening up location. And as you can see in the chart, it had a significant greening up since the early 1990s and until the early 1995. And it had a lot of slopes and downs and down points between 20,000 and 2010. And it had been gradually increasing after 2010 until now. And the reason for this happening is because after the 1990s, the government started tearing down old buildings and started building parks. So that's why it had a significant greening up. And after the 2010, more and more buildings and houses and apartments were planned to be built here, and they were advertising the apartments and the houses they were to sell to be very natural, and they were trying to bring back fireflies, which needs a lot of vegetation and water and the overall environment to be natural in order for them to do so. So this is the reason and the results of the greening up area. The Da'an Forest Park is the most significant greening up area in our opinion. So about the greening down part, through the previous picture, we located the Taipei Arena as the greening down location. And the reason for that is we can observe a significant downfall of the EVI in a chart which happened in the beginning of 1990s, and the drop was slowed down and become almost static in the 2000s. And the reason for that is because the Taipei Arena was originally a baseball field with no roof. So after the Taipei Arena started constructing and it had a roof, from the point of view of the satellite, it had less vegetation, therefore had less EVI. So we think this is the reason for this place to have a significant greening down, and the trend was continued till today. So this is our effort in percentage. We all did almost the same job, and thank you for watching and listening, and have a good day.